Yeah, this is Paul. Yeah, I was looking at this law dictionary. Yes, I'd gone to the senior center and renewed my annual membership, so I'm good to go for another year. And I know that probably surprised a few of those that are members of the senior center, but I haven't been able to get my constitutional rights enforced, and I thought, well, it could be another year of making videos. And, when you average 2,000 emails a day, that works out to close to 60,000 emails a month. Pooch. Wouldn't that be something if I got over 1 million emails to those that have the legal liability for the law? Now I could really focus. I mean, not waste a minute. Now I printed off a few additional documents that I thought I should go through, but I thought after about 400,000 emails that it would have been enough. But now that I have another year's worth of membership at the senior center, I could arrange things so that those that are in sheriff's departments, police departments, those that have sworn that they would support and defend the Constitution of the United States, that if I were to have to spend another year sending about 2,000 emails a day, I could arrange my schedule so that I could get it over 1 million emails. Now, you would have thought after 400,000 emails, and maybe 100,000 of them got obstructed, that I would have got a response as to where my missing and abused sons are. I would have gotten a response on why it is that you photoshopped a picture of my sister onto Marilyn Van Proyen's image. Yep. How's it going today? It seems to me that there's a real combination problem. Now, a combination in the law dictionary is a conspiracy of people, yes, who have gotten together to carry out some unlawful act. Now, let's say I went through those in the top secret fish family that are a combination of individuals that have all been paid to obstruct my rights, to hold my sons hostage, and have refused to enforce the laws of the United States. A combination. It could be that the police chief of Squimpo, the police chief of Port Angeles, and the sheriff of Clallam County have all combined themselves into believing that they don't have to enforce the laws of the United States. Now, as that American citizen, I'm real sure about my rights being violated. I'm real sure about my sons being abducted on July 2nd of 2011. And I'm sure that once I look at the conspiracy of individuals that have been paying the family to obstruct my rights, they can all go to prison together. Now, I printed off this reissuance of the temporary order for protection and notice of hearing. A new court hearing date, oh my gosh, on this matter, August 30th, 2013 at 2 o'clock. Heidi Budnek, petitioner. Paul Chad Budnek, respondent, legal number. Yes, Squim Gazette, it was published on the 24th, the 31st, the 7th, the 14th, the 21st, and the 28th. Now, I understood that I had 5 legal days from the last publication of any notice of court hearing. Now, I'm not an attorney, okay. But it seems to me that the minimum number of legal days is 5 judicial days. Now, I've looked over some of these laws, all right, and that would mean that the court hearing couldn't have been until Well, 5 days inclusive of let's see, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Hearing on the matter August 30th. I'd have to look at a calendar. Yeah. But it was that you couldn't actually have the court hearing. No, you couldn't. Now, if you had just published it on the 21st, then you could have had the court hearing because it would have been more than 5 judicial days. Now, when I was going through this, uh, looking at it, it looked like the sheriff's return of service on the 21st. Yes. Um, I don't know as there was 5 judicial days if there was a weekend or 2 weekends during that time. But it seemed to me that if you put it in publication, you can't have personal service. Now, I did feel some intimidation from the sheriff's department in Sequim, Washington. You know, when you put it in the Sequim Gazette for 6 consecutive printings, and you could take 5 or 1 week. I think they print. It's a weekly newspaper. They print it once a week on Wednesdays. Yes. 5 times 7 is 35 days. Now, I have read that it has to be 24 days from the time of publication. Yes. So did you put it in the paper too many times so as to teach me a lesson about how I don't know how to read and how I don't understand what the law says? I would think it's illegal to put in publication a greater number of days than what the law orders. Now, as I said, I'm not an attorney. But you would have had to have the court hearing within 24 days. Right. I would have had to be given 5 judicial days. I don't think 6 different times of printing the notice is actually the legal number of times available. Now, it could be a minimum of 24 days, but it would have been 5 judicial days after the last printing of the notice. And for the sheriff's department to call me on my cell phone and serve me when they had put it in publication, I'm thinking somebody has made a combination of individuals in police departments that are intentionally obstructing my rights. Now, I'm going to want those rights today. All right? Okay. And I wanted to make sure that if you Google my name, Paul Budnek, and you're going to find that one instance where you put it in publication, but you shouldn't have served me personally after you put it in publication.